You know, I actually qualified for my IFBB Pro card in 2003. I was offered it.
Wow.
But I declined.
Yeah.
At that time. So I won the IFBB Britain.
Are you a lifetime natural?
Absolutely.
Wow.
I haven't taken a thing. The strongest thing I take is coffee.
Wow.
Right, and that is hand on heart, absolute.
Wow. Well, this is the interesting thing, because that's what I assumed.
So I don't kid anyone. I am an absolute lifetime natural.
Wow, that's excellent. And I guess now, as you get further on in your career, that really pays off.
Well, further on in my career, I'm nearly 50 now. So yeah, I do have a strange way of training. I can tell you what way I do it.
Well, that'd be very interesting. Yeah, go on then.
It's very, very different to everybody else.
Yeah, that's cool. I like that.
I've always done the same thing. Now, I've always believed in lifting absolute maximum heavy weights for very high reps.
For very high reps.
Very high reps. And I call it the sweet spot. I stick in the middle of the rep range.
Yes. Yep.
I don't, when I squat, right, I go usually about 2 inches above parallel.
Yeah.
And I don't lock out at the top.
Yeah.
Okay?
Yeah.
So it keeps constant tension on the side.
Yeah.
But as I said, I'm not going to lie to you on anything I do. I'm going to tell you as it is.
Yeah.
All right. But my squatting is phenomenal. I'll give you an example.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
This is absolute. Nobody believes me. Well, I had Brandon Marjoram.
No.
He's current sort of Mr. Universe at the moment. He actually came down and did a report on me, and he helped me train once.
Yeah.
All right. And he couldn't believe my squatting then.
Right.
All right. At that time, that was about 3 years ago, I think. That was before I ripped my hamstring. I was squatting. I think I did a set 220 reps, so I did for 53 with him there.
220 kilos?
Yeah, for 53 reps.
For 53 reps?
Yeah, that's nothing.
Are you serious?
I'm being serious. I did a set yesterday, right?
Yeah.
You ain't going to believe this, right? Now, I go really quick.
Yeah.
All right, and I'll tell you why I do that in a minute. And it was in that rep range I just said.
Yeah.
One set was 200.
Yeah.
I did 124 reps.
124 reps. So basically, it's now it's interesting because I'm really into new things and alternative
right,
things.
Well, I did say it's unorthodox, didn't I?
Well, yeah, it's because I'm a big fan of, if you're going to go heavy, never ever go to a full range of motion.
You got it. You got it.
And it's logical.
See people that go heavy on a full rep, you're asking for an inch.
Yes, you are. And the thing is, it's the way the body's designed. And it's when most people have muscle tears is when they're fully extended.
Yes, you got it. And nobody seems to understand this.
No.
You talk to them and say, you've got to do a full rep range, you've got to do this. I said, no,
Well, ask them why. The interesting thing is that the muscle actually loses strength as it extends past a certain point.
Yes, it does.
And it actually loses strength at peak contraction as well.
Well, I went on yesterday.
Yeah.
Right, and I did three working sets, right, because I have cut back on my leg workout because I'm resting. I've been resting the sides. I've got a bad knee injury, right, what I did have, and I've cut back on my training for the last couple of months. So I only did 3 squat sets.
Yeah.
Working. I do quite a few
warm-ups.
I do, warm-up sets, yeah. I did a set at 220.
Yeah.
Okay, and I got 94 with that.
94 reps.
With 220k, yeah.
Wow.
Right, and I weigh just around 11 stone.
Wow.
Okay.
Wow. What's your height?
I'm at 5'3".
5'3". So you are actually quite. That's quite a lot of muscle mass. Because I take it you're still reasonably lean as well. At that.
Oh yeah. I could probably, as I am now, I'd probably be leaner than most people on stage.
Wow.
I'm nowhere near. I'm about actually for about 11 or 12 pound over my competition weight.
Yeah.
But I'm still pretty lean compared to a lot of bodybuilders. Yeah.
Yeah, that's interesting because you're also going to get a massive hormonal spike from handling the heavy weights in that middle range like that.
Yes, but I also, you see, it takes me, when you're lifting weights like that, it takes you about 7 or 8 minutes to recover.
Yeah.
All right. So these guys that do these things, I did a squat set, and then I took a minute's rest, and I did another one, and I thought, well, if I did that, I wouldn't even get it out of the rack.
No. No.
Do you know what I mean?
Well, I again, this is something I've looked into, and I've come to some kind of basic understanding, and that is that the muscle can grow in two ways.
Yeah.
And that's the sarcoplasmic increase in size, and of course the contractile strength part, which increases in size.
Yeah.
And obviously different training protocols affect each area.
Yes.
Some do both at the same time, like a heavy strip set, etc.
Yeah.
And there's certain, and like the way you're training is actually stimulating both.
Well, all my training is basically the same principle, and I've always done it.
Yeah.
I never train in gymnasiums. I train in a garage.
Okay, what, at home?
Yep. At my father's. So all I do is just very, very basic stuff. I've always done the same thing.
Yeah.
Through the years, I don't vary my exercises very much. I might change hand positions, I might change slight positions in angle and so forth. All right?
So you stick with the real basics, like for triceps, what would you do? Just lying down, Z-bar, close grip press?
I don't do anything for triceps.
Oh, you're getting that through chest stimulation?
Yes. It's like biceps. I haven't done a bicep curl in about 14 years.
Wow.
All right?
They are seriously
overtrained. I get all my
overtrained.
stimulation from biceps, mainly from chin-ups.
Yeah.
But then, see, my chin-ups, you see, I usually, and dips on parallel bars. Now I'm doing sets of, I've got 75k tied around my waist.
Wow.
And I can get, with that, on a good day, I can get nearly, I think it's 43 reps in one set.
Wow. What's your total time? Say for example what you just said there about your dips and your 43 reps. How much time does that take to complete? And
my reps are very quick, very fast reps. I don't hang about. I keep absolute constant.
So you literally can bang, 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 bang like that
on everything I do.
Right. Interesting.
I keep absolute constant tension. Every step for me is like a workout.
Yeah.
All right. I say I have a long rest period between sets. And that's generally to get my mind focused.
Yep.
You get your creatine levels back up, and so forth. So you're ready to do your next set.
There's
I never believe in doing sets too close. Sometimes I do. It depends what exercise it is.
Yeah.
All right. If I'm doing chin-ups at home and I'm just using body weight, then I might just have a couple of minutes between sets.
Yeah.
You see what I mean? But if it's a really heavy weight,
you need that.
I need that extra, So on all the big exercises, there's a long rest period, and I just go by feel. I don't go by the clock. I just go when I'm ready, when I feel right for that next one, I will get it.
Yeah, it's intuitive training.
Exactly.
And I've also read a lot of studies about the power training of different coaches, and there's studies now to show that if you're doing like your really heavy lifting, like your 1 rep maximums, which you're like doing lots of 1 rep maximums, up to a 10-minute rest is proven now to be more advantageous than even a 5-minute rest.
And you see, a lot of people would disagree with all of that.
But they'll be your general bodybuilders.
They read their books, they study up on their physiology and everything they do, and they go to the, you know what I mean? Well, I've tried, I have tried in the past, lifting a lighter load, lowering my rest period, getting a better rep range, and all I got was I lost size and I got a bit softer.
Interesting.
All right. That's all I did. You see, I think that a muscle, basically, people say, oh, if you don't do a full range of movement, your muscles are getting knotted, and you won't. I think, right. Your muscle is going to contract on all or nothing basis, really, and you're not going to lengthen that muscle no matter what you do, are you?
Yeah.
Your genetics are what they are.
That's right. And that's another crazy myth about changing the shape of the muscle belly.
Exactly. And they think, well, this one targets my lower biceps, and I go, oh, really?
Interesting. I mean? Well, I know. But do you know the only really interesting thing I found along those subject lines was when I was competing, I used to put my right leg in front of me and tense that in front and push it harder to show the quad. And after doing a couple of shows, on the second show, I noticed that I had a hell of a lot more definition on my right quad. And then I looked into fiber stimulation, and then I looked into, as you get towards peak contraction, most of the fibers actually start to lose their strength, but the fibers on the actual edge of the belly actually come into their own at the very, very peak contraction, because they're the last fibers to kind of be used.
Okay.
And so I don't know if you found, but this is why when people start doing posing, suddenly their physique sharpens up.
Yes, it does.
Their muscles don't change shape or size, but they get more cut.
Yes, I agree.
Yeah.
I agree. Yeah.
And so, I mean, with Gino, we've been working on his legs specifically to do what I call peak contraction work.
Yeah.
Where he literally holds a very light weight just in peak contraction. Always feels like the edges of the muscles are cramping. And I can tell you, within weeks, there's separation comes through.
Yeah. Okay. Does he do many isolation exercises or not?
No, I mean, being natural. I mean, because I trained natural for about 4 or 5 years, and then I was.
So you have taken drugs?
Yeah, I have in the past. And
you don't anymore?
No, I haven't done for 5 years. Okay. I mean, that was my story with going to the British finals.
Right. So you're basically, you're not natural. You're drug free.
That's right, That's right. Yeah. Right. I mean, I feel quite privileged because I've been on both sides of the fence.
Yeah.
I can understand both mindsets, and I think the steroid guys have got a lot to learn from the natural guys.
Do you regret taking anything or not?
No, I can safely say I'm not any further ahead for taking it from where I am now.
Right,
if you come off it,
yeah.
I mean, what happened with me? I took mild stuff, then took stronger stuff, and then I thought, I'll try the stuff that all the big guys take.
Yeah.
And I turned into a pizza. Literally, really bad. I got photos, and my whole back was covered, real nasty. So I still got scars now.
Yeah.
And I could only ever take really, really mild stuff at very small dosages.
Right.
And then when I told other bodybuilders what I took, they would laugh and say, well, what's the point of taking that?
Right.
And I'm going, well, I'm still doubling or tripling my natural production.
Right. Okay.
Why would you want to do any more than double or triple your natural production of testosterone if you're going to take anabolic steroids?
Right.
And these guys, and most guys, are taking 10, 20, 30, even 100
I would imagine
times.
They're taking a hell of a lot.
And this is what gives them this monstrous look. Yeah, their muscles get bigger, but they get these extra veins, and their muscles doesn't seem to have shape.
No, I think I learned long ago that the blokes on steroids are basically, they're no better than natural, but what they are is bigger.
Yeah. But they lose that cut. They lose
that
shape.
Very much so. And the whole water retention as well. And obviously it depends what they're taking. If you use a growth hormone, you start getting the
you see them with their bigger chins as well. You see them with bigger hands.
Absolutely, yeah. There's lots of signs, and it doesn't look that pleasing.
And they're all dropping like flies at the age of 50.
Quite a lot of them, yeah. Yeah, that's right.
I mean, I'm glad in one way. At the time, I thought it was a curse that I couldn't take anything strong and large quantities.
Right.
And now I look back and think, well, that's my blessing, because what happened with me, I would view it very as a supplement, but powerful, and I would go on for 5 weeks, come off for 5 weeks, go on, go off.
Yeah.
And every time I went off, people would come up to me and go, wow, you look amazing, what you want? And I would say nothing. And they go, well, and so no, and I always made it a goal that whatever gains I made, to maintain them naturally.
Right, okay.
So now I think if I took strong steroids, then obviously coming off strong steroids, there would be that drop.
Right.
Because I didn't take anything that strong or for that long, I never had I never lost anything. Do you know what I mean?
Right. Okay.
But I mean, I can safely say where I am now. I get people all the time assuming that I'm on steroids, and I maintain what I do naturally.
Right. Well, if you are drug free now, good for you.
Yeah.
And if people are complimenting you, then that'll be good, isn't it?
Well, I think there's a big market, to be honest, for people that go on it, get addicted to it. Because I know plenty of people where they go on it and they come off it and then they don't even go to the gym. And they lose everything. And then they go, well, I can't go back to the gym unless I go on the steroids. And I go, no, that's not true.
Right.
And they tend to lose their passion, they lose their enthusiasm, even they lose their testosterone, basically.
Right.
So I've got experience in going through that process, and it does mess with your head for a period. The first year was very hard, and it was very tempting.
Right.
And
I've never, obviously, I don't understand this.
No.
But I'll take your word for it.
I mean, the interesting thing is I trained naturally for about 4 years before I tried anything, and the gym I was in was called the steroid gym. Everyone around town knew it as the steroid gym, and so every time I trained, I had people saying, "What you want? What you want? What you want?" I was like, "I'm on nothing. I'm on nothing."
Yeah.
And in the end, I got so peed off, I thought, "Well, I'll give it a go and I'll show them."
Right.
Do you know what I mean? If they think I'm on it and I look like this already, then I'll show them, and then I turn into a pizza. But the interesting thing is, I grew very well naturally because I was taught by this guy that was a powerlifter.
Right.
And he was natural. Yeah. And he was a very strong guy, and he taught me the basics. He taught me decent squats. He taught me decent deadlifts. He taught me decent bench press. Right. And I always even for shoulders, it was behind the neck press, seated.
Right. Do you like that?
I do, but I kind of have a different technique.
That's over sort of draws back on the rotator cuff.
Well, I tend to lean forward, dip my neck slightly, and I don't go below parallel.
Well, I'll tell you what I find is the best shoulder exercise is what I do at the moment.
What's that?
It's seated one dumbbell shoulder press.
Doing one at a time?
Just one dumbbell.
How do you balance yourself out?
Right, I'll tell you. What I do, right, and I go up into some silly weights on this.
Yeah.
All right, I'll tell you, I do several warm-ups.
Yeah.
All right, I got to a 52 kilo dumbbell.
Wow.
All right. Now, on my right side with 52k, I can get about, what I did last week, about 31 reps in one set.
Wow.
With 52k.
Wow.
All right, on the other side, I usually go a little bit lighter. I usually just use about a 50k, but I can still get about 20, 22, 23.
Do you lean then?
You're going to start lean. You start averagely up, right? See, what I do, I pick the belt, one dumbbell off the floor.
Yeah.
You just throw it up to your shoulder with both hands.
Yeah.
All right. And at the same time, as soon as you go that, you sort of fall back in the seat, and as you do that, you're jerking it up above your head with both hands.
Yeah.
Then you've got it above your head in one hand.
Yeah.
Okay. Then you've obviously, it's very hard on the balance, but I just put one arm, the other arm, the loose hand up in the air usually. Legs fairly wide, and you get the balance. But I think that it just works you so hard.
And do you find it hits the shoulder more completely or more directly?
Yeah, I think it hits the shoulder pretty good. I think you get a very forceful rep with that. I don't go too low on the shoulder press.
No.
I just go down to about ear level, and then I press up from there. There's only probably a 4-inch movement.
Yeah.
All right. Again, I'm sticking to that really strong part of the move. I think if you go too low, you really open the shoulder up, and you're open to injury.
Well, this is
heavyweight.
This is the interesting thing that, I mean, if you look at a strength competing athlete, or anybody that's naturally strong, if they go to move or lift or push anything, their whole body moves into a position where they're in the middle range.
Yeah.
And it's like I explained to people when they're doing the bench press, you see them with their elbows high.
Yeah.
And coming right down. Yeah. And I'm explaining, do you not realise that there's nothing holding the shoulder in apart from some very tiny little ligaments called the rotator cuff?
I think it's very idiotic to touch the bar to your chest.
Definitely, yeah.
Well, I never do that. I use dumbbells.
Right.
On a bench press.
Do you keep your elbows quite close to you?
I do both. Actually, I actually bring the bells down almost to throat level.
Oh, do you?
Yes, I do. I know there's a bit of dispute on that. Now, I think that's the right way to train. A lot of people they'll say they can get more power if you bring your elbows in closer to the body and keep the bells a little bit lower down the chest.
Yeah.
All right, that's probably what you're going to say.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, I find it more stimulating on the chest if I take it further back like a Steve Reeves used to do. But I've done both. But I don't like the bench press with the barbell because I think that puts a lot of stress on the rotator cuffs as well.
Yeah.
With dumbbells, I find that a far purer movement.
That's because you get that coming in at the top as well.
Yes.
And that's definitely a big difference.
Exactly. But that's the exercise. Sometimes I do that with my father. Sometimes helps me as a training partner on bench press. And he just, when I come up, he holds the bells on the inside. He doesn't do anything.
Yeah.
But he just supports them so they don't fall out sideways. You get me?
Yeah, yeah.
Because sometimes I'm using about 62k dumbbells.
Wow.
All right. And if you lose a rep, you're off the bench.
Right.
Because if one of your arms goes, you've had it.
Right.
So I like that, but he actually does absolutely nothing. He doesn't pull at all. What he does is he stops them from going sideways.
Hmm.
Do you see what I mean?
Yes. So do you find that when you say for hitting your chest better with your elbows reasonably high,
for me it works. But
would you say because what I've noticed is you say that hits the upper chest more completely as well?
No, I don't know.
Or the whole chest?
I only ever do 2 exercises to chest. All right, that would be the dumbbell bench press.
Yeah.
Which I've just said, but I do vary it. Obviously, my elbows do come in a bit. It depends, because if I'm getting a more of a leverage factor in this, because when I do a set, it's absolutely total. All right?
Complete total failure.
Absolute, until the weights just come down.
Yeah.
All right, until I can't move.
And this is another interesting point, is that everyone's definition of failure is all relative.
Yeah.
But from what you're saying, I think your definition of failure is pretty high intensity.
It's very high. As I said, I only do 2, and then I go on to do dips, parallel bar dips. All right, with about 75 total on my waist.
Yeah. How wide's your grip on dips, by the way? Is that quite a narrow?
How wide? I've never measured. It's not very narrow. No, it's fairly wide.
So it does feel almost like a. Oh, do you lean forward as well? Because I find.
Yes, I do.
Yeah.
I do, usually with chin to chest.
Yeah.
I'm looking down.
That's right. Yeah.
All right.
Because you get a lot more power, especially in the lower chest on that.
Yeah, if I'm trying to focus on my triceps a bit more, I will try and
more upright.
A bit more upright. Yeah, exactly. But yeah, that's basically all I do for chest. And
So how many? So you'll do two exercises, the 2 main ones, and your how many of those sets will you do? One set in each exercise?
No, I do 5 work sets in each exercise.
Really, all of the same sort of level?
Oh yeah.
Wow.
All right.
Cool. That's and when you get to your last set, is there a noticeable drop in strength?
No.
Right. Okay.
It depends it depends on which exercise I'm doing.
Yeah.
If it's a chest press, I usually start, if I'm using 62k bells, I'll get my first set will usually be around about 30, 31, 32. Then it will drop on my second set to around anything from about 18 to 22.
Right.
All right. But in the preceding sets there, I can go up. My third set might be 27. You see what I mean? It doesn't. It depends from set to set, and I think it depends on the first. When I bring the bells back up, if I explode up correctly from the bench, all right, with the bells, because it's all a matter of I roll back with the bells, and then I just explode up with them.
Yeah.
Yeah. Depends on my first repetition on how good that's gone up, to how many reps I do in that set.
Right.
If I've struggled, then I'm right down on the reps.
Right, and what would you say your range of... So on all exercises, you never really lock out. You're aiming for constant tension.
I'm locking out a bit more on the bench press.
Right.
All right, that goes pretty much up straight. But I'm only coming down probably about 3-4 inches off my chest.
Wow, your workouts are very very powerful, and very high intensity. Then, so how many times a week do you train?
I train... Well, basically, I train 6 days a week.
Do you?
I do.
Blimey heck.
But I'll tell you my breakdown on that if you want.
Yeah, go on.
Right, well, I have changed it slightly over the last year, all right? But at the moment, what I'm doing, I do chest and back on Monday.
Yeah.
All right, so that's a dumbbell bench press, weighted dips, and barbell, EZ or easy bar rows. All right?
Yeah.
All right, with a reverse grip. Okay, that is day 1. Day 2 is thighs, and I just usually squats.
Yeah.
Sometimes I'll throw in some front squats, or I've got a hack squat machine, I might throw in some hacks. All right?
Yeah.
Day 3 is calf and abdominal.
Interesting. So you hit your calves separately and your abs separately because they're small muscles, but still need a lot of attention.
Yeah, but I'm still... I again, unorthodox, I on my calf raises, I tie, when I'm doing my work sets, which is usually 5 or 6 on this one, I tie the weights across the front of my thighs.
Yeah.
All right, I have cushioning underneath. I have a certain way of doing it, but it's cushioned. And what I do then is I climb up into my dip frame.
Yeah.
Hold the frame on my hands.
Yeah.
I've got a 4-inch concrete block with a mirror in front of me.
Right.
All right. I usually work up to about 150, 155k across my thighs.
Yeah.
I then raise right up. Remember, I'm holding the frame.
Yeah.
I got I don't know how much bend in the knees. It's probably about an inch bend or so.
Yeah.
All right. And I usually only go from parallel up.
Right.
I don't drop 4 inches down.
No, that's really interesting because
I tried it and it didn't do much.
No.
I get far more stimulation if I go from just a flat. And what I always do on that as well is the first 4 or 5 reps.
Yeah.
Are usually about an inch above parallel.
Yeah.
So I get into the motion.
Yeah.
And once I'm into that motion, then I go to parallel.
Yeah.
All right. Sometimes it's slightly under parallel. I vary the reps during the set.
Yeah.
I also do rest pause.
Yeah.
So I might get to like 10 reps and then I'll rest for 10 seconds.
Yeah.
Get my breath.
Yeah.
Then I do another 5 reps. And then I might do it again, and then I might get another 1 or 2 reps after that.
So do you in all of your types of training? I'm presuming that you get a massive burn.
On a lot of things, yes. On some things, no.
Right.
On calves, yes.
Right.
Abdominals, yes. All right. It just depends. Like abdominals, I only do 2 exercises again. All right. I do. Like on my parallel bar dip.
Yeah.
I go into that. I put about 15 kilos on my feet, on my trainer.
And you do leg raises.
And I do leg raises. And I do about 5 or 6 sets of those.
That's quite hard, actually, 15 kilos.
It's very hard.
Yeah.
And then all I do then is usually like about a 40, 45 degree bench.
Yeah.
And then I just do sit-ups on that.
Right.
And sometimes I have like 15k across my chest. It depends.
Yeah.
If I'm training for competition, I'll be more strict. At the moment, I'm just doing leg raises.
Yeah.
Because, I'm not competing this year, so I have to cut back a bit. You see what I mean?
Yeah, yeah.
Right, on Thursdays, I'm doing... Oh, I forgot, on calves as well, I do the seated calf raise. I put a bar across my thighs, and I lift off about 4-inch concrete
Right,
block.
yeah.
Okay?
Yeah.
I do dip down about 2 inches below parallel on those.
Why do you do that? Why do you feel you need? Because the interesting thing is with calves is what we're doing at the moment, which I think feels natural. Again, looking at how you would lift naturally and how the body works and how the muscles work, is I've never understood why people put a lot of weight and then let their calves go right below the extension range of what you would do naturally. Never in nature would you let that happen. That's right. Maybe you are right on that. I mean, because what I found works really well is using the squat rack, and with the pins on it, and the one at our gym, we put the belt on so you're nice and rigid, and just literally stand with your feet on the floor. You're at a slight angle, so you have got a bit of a tilt, and then just raising from flat to tiptoe, and then you get with that weight you can put on there, you get much better concentration on that angle.
Yes, absolutely. The way we were talking here, I feel that you get far more concentration on the muscle group, whatever you're training, and you can lift the dance up more weight.
Yeah, and it's much more intense, much more. You really feel the muscle really straining.
You're agreeing with the way I'm training.
Well, yeah. I mean, I'm well up for questioning what is and being intelligent. I mean, basically, all you've done is think about it. Yeah. Well, what I did, I ripped the rule book up. Yeah. Years ago. You asked questions. I bet you asked a lot of questions. I've asked hundreds of questions to lots and lots of world champions, Mr. Universes, all sorts of people. Interesting. You see what I mean? And I just gleaned what I got out of it. Yeah? A very good mate of mine is Roy Duval. Oh, right, yeah. And obviously Roy used to train with all the greats. Well, he was a great bodybuilder himself. Yeah. But, he was Arnold Schwarzenegger's training partner for a long time. Yeah. Frank Zane, people like that, Bill Pearl. I know how they all train. So he's got some interesting. You've picked up some good things. Yes, I have. Yes, I have. Roy has always helped me right through my career. Interesting. But he was telling me that he wouldn't train the way I do. No. Nothing like it. It's interesting. It's very, very interesting. I want to ask you about your eating habits sort of before and after training. Absolutely, I will tell you everything on that. Yeah, cool. Of course I will. Right, do you just want to know? Carry on because you're on Thursday. Right, yeah, right. On Thursday, I just do shoulders and arms, basically, right? But this is what I do. Yeah. I do
Shoulders, I do that single shoulder press, like I told you.
Yeah.
All right. That's all I do for shoulders.
Yeah.
Then I do back on my dips bars, and I do tricep dips. But I've got my body a little bit more upright.
Yeah.
That's the same movement, but I'm more upright with my upper body.
Yeah. Yeah.
Then I do chin ups.
Okay. Close grip.
Biceps. No, I do wide, but I do what do you call palms up, whether that is pronated or supinated. Yeah.
Is that palms facing you?
Yeah, palms facing.
And when you say wide grip, what do you mean?
Wide grip, what am I saying? I'm saying...
natural.
Natural.
Where your arms in line with your shoulders?
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right?
Yeah.
And again, I don't go too low.
Yeah.
I quite often take my chest up to the bar.
Yeah.
But I don't go too low. All right, again, it's probably only a 4 or 5 inch movement.
Overstretching. Well, I watched, interesting, years ago, I watched a UBET, remember UBET program?
Yeah.
And there was a guy on there that had the world record for chin-ups.
Yeah.
And I think he was in his 50s.
Yeah.
And this guy's biceps were absolutely massive.
Right.
And I watched him do these chin-ups, and he stayed in the middle range, didn't overextend, obviously, because he was doing something ridiculous, like 100 reps or something like that in a short period of time.
Yeah.
And I just thought, wow, the close grip, well, I say close grip, palm spacing chin, because I don't go close, I go just a little bit narrower than shoulders feels comfortable for me.
Right,
you can feel it hitting the whole bicep that way.
Yeah, yeah.
And it is really a forgotten bicep exercise.
Well, for me, it's the best bicep exercise.
Do you find that's because you can really, really put a lot of intensity into it?
A lot of intensity, and also you're handling a hell of a lot more weight than you would on a barbell.
I mean, what do you strap around you? I presume you put weight around you for that one. What
30 kilos.
Right, cool. And then you'll do pretty much the same sort of thing, sort of partial range, explosive.
Range, and I'm not as good as I used to be. I'm only getting these days. I only get sets of about probably 8 to 12 on a good day.
Right. Okay.
I do 5 sets. But when I was younger, probably about 8 years ago, I was getting 18.
Right.
With that. Okay. Now on a Friday, I do semi-stiff leg deadlifts. Okay, this is my hamstring day. Yeah. All right, hamstring, and I do calves again. But this is on the Friday. What I do is I do a semi-stiff leg. I only got to about 172 and a half now kilos. All right.
And that's really strict, really stiff.
Very, very strict. Again, it's a short range move. Because of my hamstring, I don't take it from the ground. I have about I think it's about 6 inches off the ground.
Fine. Yeah.
All right. And I lift up, and I start probably, it's a short range. We're talking 3-4 inches.
Right.
All right. I only go very, very strict exercise, by the way.
Yeah.
All my reps are very strict. They're very fast, but so concentrated.
Yeah.
All right. I probably go to sort of top of my knee, maybe halfway down my knee. And I come up, probably about 4 inches.
Right.
All right. But with 170, I'm getting... On average, I do 5 or 6 work sets for that. Usually about 5, depends how I feel. And I probably get my reps around about probably 18 to 24 each set.
Well, you've done pretty well considering you snapped your hamstring a few years ago. That's pretty good going, really.
Yeah, but I won't go any deeper than that because it
overstretches it, and that's when the injuries come.
I'm quite comfortable within that range.
Yeah.
All right. But I feel if I go any lower than that, you're risking.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, it's like I found years ago doing deadlifts. Is that first 2 inches off the ground is a waste of time, and I used to put a couple of plates underneath mine, and people say, well, that's cheating. I'm thinking, well, I don't care if it's cheating. I value my lower back.
Well, when I ripped my hamstrings, I was deadlifting really well. I was lifting 180.
Yeah.
And these were proper deadlifts off the ground.
Yeah.
Well, when I returned it, I didn't actually touch the ground on the reps after the first one.
Because you're just going bang, bang, bang.
I used to go back probably 2 inches off the ground.
Right.
All right. But they were deadlifts. They weren't semi-stiff. Like they were going down. And I was getting reps of about 28, 32 each set.
Wow.
With 180. I was banging them out.
Wow.
And I remember on my third set, I hit about my 5th or 6th rep, and it just went like a band. You know?
Dear, yeah.
And I can't deadlift now.
Oh,
I can only do what I do. I do this Romanian semi-stiff leg, whatever you want to call it. I do that now with a bar very close to the side.
Did you have any inclination, or did you ever? It was
no, because I felt so strong.
Right.
Everything I did, what the hell, you know?
Yeah.
I was banging them out. I was really confident, and I just overexerted that hamstring that day, and it just went.
Oh wow.
So that was it. Anyway, there I go on. After those deadlifts, now I do a hamstring curl on my hamstring bench.
Right.
All right. I don't lift much. I max out about 22.5K.
Right.
And I'm only doing about 7, 8 reps per set for that.
Yeah.
It's very strict. I can't handle any more than that. That's all I do.
Right.
All right. Then I do one calf exercise. I just do the calf raises I told you earlier.
Right.
All right. On a Saturday, I train at home because all the rest of it's at my father's in the garage. All right. I train at home on a Saturday, and I do about 12 sets of chin-ups. I vary what I do.
Yeah.
All right. I do. I start off very close grip, and on my first set with a mid-range move, I get about 70, 75 reps.
Wow.
All right. This is just body weight.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. After that, I'm getting reps in the range of between probably 18 to 40. All right, so the next set's probably about 40, and it goes right down to about 18.
And what's your rest time in between those sets?
Probably, it depends how knackered I am. Anything from, it can be 2 minutes, probably up to about 4 minutes.
Right, yeah.
Okay.
So you're getting a massive pump on that.
I do, yeah, but I'm varying what I do all the time.
Right.
All right, hand spacing, hands sort of pronated, sometimes supranated, so forth.
Now, what would you say in terms of, because you've trained and experimented with loads of different things,
yeah.
What would you say have you noticed has given you the biggest increase in what would be termed mass on a muscle group?
Right, it was definitely, I got my biggest increases when I was younger. I started fairly late. I don't know exactly what age. I can't remember now, but it was in probably my mid-20s.
Right, okay.
All right, that I got seriously into weight training.
That's a bit, I mean, Gino's only been training for a year and a half, in the gym. Before that, he's never done anything apart from sit-ups to get the six-pack and press-ups to get a little bit of a chest.
Yeah, that's pretty good. And those photos are not bad at all.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, what I did at that time to put on all my mass,
yeah,
I got very fat.
Right.
I went right up to like 14 stone.
Which is a lot for your height.
A lot for 5'3" was a lot. I was fat.
The most I've ever been is 13 and a half, and that was, that's a lot of weight, that is, for you.
Okay. But I was training on my own basically, but I was lifting some phenomenal weights. Alright? I really can't remember what I was lifting.
Yeah.
But I know, like, for me, like bent rosaries, I know I was getting up to 125, 130 kilos.
Repping out.
Something like that, yeah, at that time. I couldn't do that now.
Yeah.
But that was then when I was fat.
Right.
And I was lifting silly weights.
So you was just really, really bulking like crazy
then? Yes, I was. But then I was with a previous girlfriend at the time. We split up. And I lost a lot of weight after that. Right?
Yeah.
And I came down probably a couple of stone, and I decided to compete. I was looking good. Once I lost some of that fat, I thought, God, that's good. So I entered my first show was the Taunton show, believe it or not.
Oh, right.
All right?
Yeah.
The first year I competed, I was 34 or 35.
Yeah.
All right? I won the novice at Taunton.
Yeah.
That Gino's going in for.
Yeah.
All right? Same year I went on and won the novice Britain.
Wow.
All right?
Wow. What was the federation?
That was the ANB.
So that was
the predecessor of
NPA.
NPA.
Right. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then after that, I won the middleweight Britain the next 2 years.
Yeah.
All right. I've been British champion in all different things, but I've been.
Because you've also done European, haven't you?
No, I've been British champion 11 times. I think.
Is it? Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
I was world champion in 2003.
Wow.
But I've won all sorts of things. You see, I've been British overall champion. I've been British professional champion 3 times.
Yeah.
I've won the EFBB Britain.
That's not a natural.
No, it's not.
Yeah, that's really quite.
That was something, and that's when I was offered my pro card.
Wow, that's really quite amazing.
Yeah, I might be the only natural ever to win that.
You might be, because
I won the lightweight.
I mean, what did you look? Because also you must have looked a lot harder than the other guys on that stage.
Did. Yeah, yes, I won that easily that day.
Wow.
I've won. Oh, what do they call them? Is it EPF? They're another non-natural federation.
Yeah.
EPF. I've won their Britain twice.
So that was another non-natural.
Yeah, I came fifth in NABA Britain.
Wow, that's pretty good going, because I mean, really, NABA's the one with all the monsters.
It is. Most people thought I should have been higher than fifth. But I've represented Britain in the NABA Universe.
Wow.
I've done that as a natural.
Wow.
So, I've done a fair amount.
And what kind of reaction do you get then at these non-natural shows when...
Terrific. I think everybody knows I'm
you're natural, yeah.
In a non-natural.
Because it does have a completely different look.
Yeah,
the condition is just on a different level. It's so much more detail.
That's right.
And the separation, it definitely. I mean, there's a guy around at the moment in America called Jim Cordova.
Yeah.
And
yes.
Have you seen him?
Is he lifetime natural?
Yeah, I think he's lifetime natural. I'm pretty certain on it. Yeah.
WNBF, that is.
Yeah.
Or WNBF, should I say?
And you look at him, and he looks like the bodybuilders in the 80s, like Samir Burnout.
Okay, yeah.
In terms of size, but his condition is unbelievable.
Right.
He's just It's just so detailed.
Yeah, yeah.
And the other guy was Jeff Willett in America. Have you seen Jeff Willett?
No, I don't know.
He won his pro card, and he was a lifetime natural.
Right.
And again, you look at him once, and he's just a level. It's a completely different level of condition that you get naturally.
Yeah.
And I'm not really sure why, really, technically.
No. It's well, if you're natural, I just think that for some reason you just can bring out that harder graininess. Not everyone can, remember.
Really?
It is very genetic.
Right.
Very genetic. Like it's all. I don't know if have you seen my photos?
Yes.
You see, I've got my glutes out.
Yes. Yeah.
Really shredded.
Yeah.
And not everyone can do that.
No.
You see, those are the sort of the reasons why I was winning, because generally I'm a lot smaller than everyone. He's current sort of Mr. Universe at the moment. He actually came down and did a report on me, and he helped me train once.
Yeah.
Right? And he couldn't believe my squatting then.
Right.
All right. At that time, that was about 3 years ago, I think. That was before I ripped my hamstring. I was squatting, I think I did a set 220 reps, so I did for 53 with him there.
220 kilos?
Yeah, for 53 reps.
For 53 reps?
Yeah, but that's nothing.
Are you serious?
I'm being serious. I did a set yesterday, right?
Yeah.
You ain't going to believe this, right? Now, I go really quick.
Yeah.
All right, and I'll tell you why I do that in a minute. It was in that rep range that I just said.
Yeah.
One set was 200.
Yeah.
I did 124 reps.
124 reps. So basically, it's now it's interesting because I'm really into new things and alternative
Right, well,
things.
I did say it's unorthodox, didn't I?
Well, yeah, it's because I'm a big fan of, if you're going to go heavy, never ever go to a full range of motion.
You got it. You got it.
And it's logical.
See people that go heavy on a full rep, you're asking for an increase.
Yes, you are. And the thing is, it's the way the body's designed. And it's when most people have muscle tears is when they're fully extended.
Yes, you got it. And nobody seems to understand this.
No.
When you talk to them, they say, "Oh, you've got to do a full rep range. You've got to do this." I said, "No, you."
We'll ask them why. The interesting thing is that the muscle actually loses strength as it extends past a certain point.
Yes, it does.
And it actually loses strength at peak contraction as well.
Well, I went on yesterday.
Yeah.
Right, and I went up. I only did three. I did 3 working sets, right? Because I have cut back.
To complete, and on average,
my reps are very quick, very fast reps. I don't hang about. I keep absolute constant.
So you literally can bang, 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 bang like that
on everything I do.
Right, interesting.
I keep absolute constant tension. Every step for me is like a workout.
Yeah.
All right. I say I have a long rest period between sets, and that's generally to get my mind focused.
Yeah.
You get your creatine levels back up, and so forth, so you're ready to do your next set.
There's
I never believe in doing sets too close. Sometimes I do. It depends what exercise it is.
Yeah.
All right. If I would say, if I'm doing chin-ups at home and I'm just using body weight, then I might just have a couple of minutes between sets.
Yeah.
You see what I mean? But if it's a really heavy weight,
you need that.
I need that extra, So on all the big exercises, there's a long rest period, and I just go by feel. I don't go by the clock.
Yeah.
So when I'm ready, when I feel right for that next one, I will get it.
Yeah, it's intuitive training.
Exactly.
And I've also read a lot of studies about the power training of different coaches, and there's studies now to show that if you're doing like your really heavy lifting, like your 1 rep maximums, which you're like doing lots of 1 rep maximums, up to a 10-minute rest is proven now to be more advantageous than even a 5-minute rest.
And you see, a lot of people would disagree with all of that.
But they'll be your general bodybuilders.
They read their books, they study up on their physiology and everything. You know, I actually qualified for my IFBB Pro card in 2003. I was offered it.
Wow.
But I declined.
Yeah.
At that time. So I won the IFBB Britain.
Are you a lifetime natural?
Absolutely.
Wow.
I haven't taken a thing. The strongest thing I take is coffee. Right, and that is hand on heart, absolute.
Wow. Well, this is the interesting thing, because that's what I assumed.
So I don't kid anyone. I am an absolute lifetime natural.
Wow, that's excellent. And I guess now, as you get further on in your career, that really pays off.
Well, further on in my career, I'm nearly 50 now. So I do have a strange way of training. I can tell you what way I do it.
Oh, that'd be very interesting. Yeah, go on then.
It's very, very different to everybody else.
Yeah, that's cool. I like that.
I've always done the same thing. Now, I've always believed in lifting absolute maximum heavy weights for very high reps.
For very high reps.
Very high reps. And I call it the sweet spot. I stick in the middle of the rep range.
Yes. Yep.
I don't, when I squat, right, I go usually about 2 inches above parallel.
Yeah.
And I don't lock out at the top.
Yeah.
Okay?
Yeah.
So it keeps constant tension on the side.
Yeah.
But as I said, I'm not going to lie to you on anything I do. I'm going to tell you as it is.
Yeah.
All right. But my squatting is phenomenal. I'll give you an example.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
This is absolute. Nobody believes me. Well, you know Brandon Marjoram?
No. It can grow in two ways.
Yeah.
And that's the sarcoplasmic increase in size and of course, the contractile strength part,
yeah,
which increases in size.
Yeah.
And obviously, different training protocols affect each area.
Yes.
Some do both at the same time, like a heavy strip set, etc.
Yeah.
And there's certain, and like, the way you're training is actually stimulating both.
Well, all my training is basically the same principle, and I've always done it.
Yeah.
I never train in gymnasiums, I train in a garage.
Okay, what, at home?
Yep, at my father's. So all I do is just very, very basic stuff. I've always done the same thing.
Yeah.
Through the years, I don't vary my exercises very much. I might change hand positions, I might change slight positions in angle and so forth. All right.
So you stick with the real basics, like for triceps, what would you do? Just lying down, Z-bar, close grip press?
I don't do anything for triceps.
Oh, you get enough through chest stimulation?
Yes. It's like biceps. I haven't done a bicep curl in about 14 years.
Wow.
All right.
They are seriously overtrained.
I get all my stimulation for biceps mainly from chin-ups.
Yeah.
But then, see, my chin-ups, you see, I usually, and dips on parallel bars. Now I'm doing sets of, I've got 75k tied around my waist.
Wow. And
I can get, with that, on a good day, I can get nearly, I think it's 43 reps in one set.
Wow. What's your total time? Say for example what you just said there about your dips and your 43 reps. How much time does that take?
On my leg workout, because I'm resting. I've been resting the thighs. I've got a bad knee injury. Well, I did have, and I've cut back on my training for the last couple of months. So I only did 3 squat sets.
Yeah.
Working. I do quite a few
warm-ups.
I do, warm-up sets, yeah. I did a set of 220.
Yeah.
Okay, and I got 94 for that.
94 reps?
With 220k, yeah.
Wow.
Right, and I weigh just around 11 stone.
Wow.
Okay?
Wow. What's your height?
I'm at 5'3".
5'3". So you are actually quite, that's quite a lot of muscle mass, because I take it you're still reasonably lean as well at that.
Oh, yeah. I could probably, as I am now, I'd probably be leaner than most people on stage.
Wow.
I'm nowhere near, I'm about actually for about 11 or 12 pound over my competition weight.
Yeah.
But I'm still pretty lean compared to a lot of bodybuilders. Yeah.
Yeah, that's interesting, because you're also going to get a massive hormonal spike from handling the heavy weights in that middle range like that.
Yes, but I also, you see, it takes me, when you're lifting weights like that, it takes you about 7 or 8 minutes to recover.
Yeah.
All right. So these guys that do these things, I did a squat set, and then I took a minute's rest, and I did another one, and I thought, well, if I did that, I wouldn't even get it out of the rack.
No.
Do you know what I mean?
Well, I again, this is something I've looked into, and I've come to some kind of basic understanding, and that is that the muscle